Hello, this is the Tonester here from IamWithTheTonester.com. And today I'm covering a very important topic, and that's something that we all should pay attention to, and it is why you might not be generating sales or enough sales. And before I start with this, I just want to let you know that just like all my videos, this is really not scripted. I'm just saying what comes to mind at the time, and because I want to make sure you know that I'm genuine and this is real. I'm not really scripting these videos. So also, I want to share an experience with you that happened to me yesterday. And, yesterday I had this plan of recording a video and recommending some really important books on business success and mindset. And I'm going to do that more than likely tomorrow. But the reason I didn't do that yesterday, and the reason I'm not doing that today, I'm recording this video today because of what happened to me yesterday. And it's something I want to share with you because I find it interesting and funny yet sad at the same time. And what I did yesterday was I went car shopping. And let's see, today's Wednesday, so it was Monday. I spent most of the day car shopping, went online and found some cars I thought I might like, went out looking at all those cars on Monday, went to 4 or 5 dealerships up to 45 minutes away from my house. Um, and sort of narrowed it down to what I wanted. And yesterday, I sort of narrowed it down to one car at one dealership. And I decided to go to that dealership. And if you're watching this in another country, I'm just explaining how things are here in the US. I'm not sure the systems for car sales you have set up over there. One of the companies I went to was CarMax, which is a used car massive store that we have over here. But we also have dealerships that sell new and used cars. So anyway, back to yesterday. Yesterday, I narrowed it down to one car at one dealership. So I left my house at about 12:30. It took about an hour to get there, so I actually got there around 1:30, and I ended up leaving with the car at 7:30 at night. And so that's 6 hours, I think. 1:30, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 hours I spent buying a car, which to me is outrageous. And it calls to mind a lot of different things, and it's important to go to explain to you what happened yesterday because it really applies to your business. So as I was going to the car dealership, I kept thinking about how I don't consider myself a great negotiator. I could always get better at that. And I know car dealerships here in the US, their advertised price is not what you're going to pay. And you always have to come to them with the idea you're going to negotiate. Well, on the way over there, I had my guard up. Okay, what am I going to have to do to get them down, to come down to my price? How's this going to go? It's always, you feel like you're being set up, and the salespeople are just phony. They don't really seem to have your interests at heart. That's always them, and they don't want to come down. So anyway, going over there, I sort of had my guard up, and I didn't know how this was going to go. So when I went there, my salesman was actually a very nice guy. He's very personable. He knew a lot about the car that I wanted, and I really liked him. And he seemed very knowledgeable and just very personable. I really liked him. So anyway, when it comes to negotiating the price, they wouldn't come down. They wouldn't come down at all. And their excuse for that, well, the car was priced at this amount and it was already reduced on the car itself. They had a reduced sign with the price. So when they quoted me a price in the dealership, it was that exact reduced price. Now, I'd seen this car elsewhere almost for the exact same reduced price that other dealers had it for, and they were pretty much the same price. So in the negotiations, they really weren't budging. And so what this tells me is negotiations are always supposed to be a win-win. It's supposed to be a win for both sides. And while I'm sitting there, I'm feeling this is a win for the dealership and a lose for me. I'm feeling very bad about not getting any kind of deal. And that's not the way to appreciate a negotiation. It needs to be a win-win. And and when I get to recommending the books that I want to recommend, there is a really good book on negotiation that I read that I'll put a link to the video once I record it underneath in the description here. But the negotiations were just a win for them and a lose for me. And I was about to get up out of the seat, and the sales manager comes back in and says, there's one more thing I can do for you. And he shows me a new offer, and he reduced the price a little bit. And you know something? My mindset went from, I'm being taken advantage of, to, you're actually doing something for me. And so you know what? I bought the car there. But through all this, I was there 6 hours to buy a car, and it was just, I'm not even going to go into all the different things that happened there, and I'm just not going to go into it because that's not the point. The point of the matter is, when you're going to a business and you have your guard up and you're nervous about what's going to happen, there is an extreme lack of trust there. I have no trust of car dealerships whatsoever, none whatsoever. And the only reason you have to deal with businesses like that is because you need a car. I mean, if I didn't need a car, I wouldn't be going to them at all. But you need a car, so you have to deal with that. Now, the other thing about that is CarMax, which again is a massive used car lot, and they have a different policy. When you go in, all the salespeople take turns with new customers that come in, and they let you browse the lot on your own. All the prices are marked and they're non-negotiable. And so therefore, when you come in, there is absolutely no pressure. I don't even know. I think the salespeople there might not even get a commission. I'm not really sure, but they act like they don't get a commission because they really just give you all the information you need, but they don't try to sell you. And I had gone to CarMax, but I had not bought a car there. And it was a very pleasant experience. The difference between that and between a car dealership is trust. I trust CarMax. I trust CarMax because there's no negotiations. They don't try to high pressure you into sales, and you leave with a good feeling. I mean, if you go to a car dealership and you leave with a bad feeling, that's not a good way to do business, not at all. So anyway, I ended up leaving that with that car, and I had a pretty good feeling about the deal. So it all worked out. So what's the point of all this? Well, the point of all this is trust. And what I want to say to you here is, and you may have heard this already, people are not going to buy from you if they don't know, like, and trust you. Know, like, and trust. And you might have heard that before because I'm not the first person to say it. Other people have said this. But I just want to reiterate how important that is. And I want to bring up something else about that. The first thing is, as I just said, if I didn't have to buy a car, I would not be going to those car dealerships whatsoever because it's not a pleasant experience for me. If you like negotiations and you are thrilled about that, fine, but I am not. So I would not be dealing with them. Now also think about this. Everything you buy for yourself, where do you buy it? Whether it's beauty products, whether it's shaving products, whether it's things for your house, whether it's whatever you buy for yourself, where do you buy what you buy? Do you buy it online? Do you go out to a store? Where do you buy it? Think about that, and think about the fact that, do you know, like, and trust the businesses that you're dealing with? And I would venture to guess that 100% of the time, or 95% of the time, you do, especially when you're buying online. If you come across a product online and it's a company you've never heard of, would you purchase right off the bat? Or do you do searching on Google for that company and finding out a little bit about them, maybe about their reviews and stuff like that? I know I do, and I'll bet you that most people, and possibly you, do too. That's because the know, like, and trust factor is one of the most important things to get people to purchase from you. Once people know you and they like you and they trust you, you can have them eating out the palm of your hands. And here's another analogy. In my landscape business, all of our clients know, like, and trust us. Why? Because we perform a really good service for them, and everybody loves the work we do. And so we get referrals. And We know, we like, and we trust our clients too. We know their sons and daughters. We know their pets' names. We know if they're going on vacation. They know us too. They know where we live. They know more about us, me and my business partner, than probably most landscape companies out there. And although that's not done on purpose, I know that that's a good thing for business. So it's extremely important in any business that you're doing. You have to have people know, like, and trust you before they will buy. Now, there might be exceptions. They might buy occasionally, but you're not going to have long-standing success without the know, like, and trust factor. Now, how do you get that? Well, you get that by showing people that you can give them results. Now, how do you do that? Well, you do that either by becoming an authority in your niche, by posting content like I'm doing here, and by showing people that you know what you're talking about, or you actually show them results. You actually do something for them for very little or no money initially to show them you know what you're talking about and you can give them results. And you do this over and over and over again, because this isn't something, trust isn't something that just happens overnight. It has to be built up. And that's why if you're trying to make sales, another example, I just laugh because another example I have to tell you about this whole concept. If you're trying to make sales and you're just starting out and people don't know you, chances are it's not going to go all that well. So you really have to get your name out there. You have to get the people to know you and just know, like, and trust you. So the example that I thought of that I wanted to give now is when I started my internet marketing journey, I had a website. The very first website I had was a cooking website, and I like to cook. And so what I thought was I was going to give away recipes that I really liked, and I was going to put them on the website. And in addition, I was going to give people cooking tips and things like that. But also, I was going to sell kitchen gadgets. I was going to be an affiliate for like Amazon or other companies that sell kitchen gadgets, and I was going to make some money that way. So my very first page that I posted on my cooking site was a page about KitchenAid mixers. And I really expected people to come to my website, get recipes, browse around, search the other pages, and see the KitchenAid mixers and buy one. Now, I later found out that they weren't buying, and the reason was probably, why would someone come to my website and purchase a KitchenAid mixer using my Amazon link when they can go directly to Amazon and buy that? So the point is, they didn't buy the KitchenAid mixers from me, because they really didn't know me, like me, or trust me at that time, because nobody had really heard of me. They might have come to my website once or maybe come back twice. Now, my friends would come back to get recipes. They didn't buy a KitchenAid mixer either, but people that didn't know that would come, they would come for the recipes. But you know, they don't need to buy a KitchenAid mixer on my website. They can go anywhere and buy it. They can go out to a store. They can buy it on Amazon. And and Amazon, everybody knows, like, and trusts Amazon. There's no question about that. So is it buy it from me, somebody you've never heard of before, or buy it from Amazon, you know you're going to get it shipped in. If something's wrong, you're going to be able to get a refund, and it's going to be a no-hassle thing. I mean, weigh those two things. So this all comes back to know, like, and trust. And if you're not making sales, or you're not making enough sales, it's because that factor isn't there. And you need to get that factor. Once you do, as I said before, you're going to have people eating out of the palm of your hands, and you're going to be making lots of sales. So look at that factor, think about what you can do to increase that in your own business, and I guarantee you things will change. With that, I will see you in the next video. Subscribe by clicking the button below, or leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. All right, see you in the next video.